YouTube. It is me, or I, Juniper Bloom Mystique. I am the Ascension Master and a Master Healer and a Divine Guide. I'm coming on today because I have a channeled message from AA Gabriel and AA Metatron about the Ascension and about where we're at and about what's coming next. Okay? They literally showed me what the return of Christ is, and it's basically what I've already said too, so I'll get into that. But this is from AA Gabriel and AA Metatron. The energies of the sun and of the portals of time have all been realigned to the presence of the One. God's hand is upon you and the earth at this time. There is no escaping the corrections of the One. Realigning light and love. Judgment Day has already occurred. Hearts measured to determine the flow of love. Worry not, for determinations have already begun. Realigning you all now to the light and the glory of the One. Earth is expanding right before your eyes. The great reset has already begun. Through time and space, energies of the sun and of the One, all will be corrected. All darkness has already been undone. And that's what they showed me. The visual I got is that I actually undid all of the darkness. So in my last workshop, when we did the last little bit of the Return of Christ light, and I saw the great flash, okay, that's the great reset. It's a great flash. That's what everybody's calling the Return of Christ. I do feel like it will be a big flash, just a big flash of energy, and that's what they show me. Whether it will be blinding light or just a flash of energy, I'm not exactly sure, but they told me energy's flash removes the darkness, okay? So the last workshop I did was on the 20th, and then the Schumann resonance went insane. And if you watched our everyday lives, he talks about the Schumann resonance. He can feel the energies of what I've done. He's very in tuned, and I watched his last video too. And he literally said there was a glitch in it as well, where it said that there was no, when the Schumann resonance goes so high, the energies are so powerful, it doesn't read, the technology can't pick it up, and that's when you get the blackouts. There was a 4-hour blackout, and then when he woke up, it glitched to 20 minutes, and they can't explain why that happened. And I told you when I did this last workshop, it was not just a timeline jump. All the other ones I've done have been timeline jumps. This one was the Great Reset. Okay? So you can kind of put it all together, and I got chills. Athena actually says, and she wants me to say this, and I wasn't going to say this. She channeled this right after I channeled those, and I wasn't going to say it, because I feel like none of you really truly care. But I'm going to say it anyways. All of you still can't fathom or fully comprehend who you are listening to. All darkness has been intricately undone. She has healed the earth. It takes pure strength and agility and pure faith of the One to do what Juniper has done. And I didn't want to say that. She wanted me to. And then I asked about what is happening next, and I tried to get them to show me what is the return of Christ. They said exposures, reset, earthquakes, and expansion. So the earth is expanding, but the next phase is exposures, the great reset, earthquakes will continue, and expansion, because the earth is expanding. So I noticed Mount Etna erupted. There's volcanoes and earthquakes going off everywhere because she's expanding. Then the Great Reset. I'm like, what is the Great Reset? And the only thing they'll show me is the same thing I've already told you guys, is it's a big flash of light. Energy flash, and that is what is going to reset everything. It's God's light. It's like boom, which I've already activated and brought down. And so you could call, I suppose, call that the return of Christ. I don't see like him stepping out of the earth out of the sky onto the earth. I don't know how that's all going to happen. I can tell you that it's a big flash of light. It's like a big, how do I explain this? When God shows to me, it's a massive amount of energy. So it's not like he's just going to step out of the sky, you know what I mean, and onto earth. And where is Jesus going to come from? Out of a plane? You know what I mean? An alien? Is he an alien now? He's going to come out of a spaceship? I mean, you guys, let's again think about this logically. They show me it's a big flash of light, which is the highest frequencies of light, which is God. Okay, that's why it's like the return of Christ. And that's exactly what I've already done. And so the work that I do is like a boomerang. I do it in the spiritual realm, and then it just boom, and hits the earth. Okay, and that's true. That's what I've been doing this whole entire 2 years. I'll do something, and then it'll swing back around, and you can see it physically occur in the earth. So we have exposures coming, which I think some of those will be due in part just because our frequencies are so high. We have no choice but to wake up. You have no choice but to wake up. You have to wake up. So when we did the last workshop too, is what they said is the biggest part of the wake up. Like, everybody must wake up now. You must wake up. Okay. So that's what these ones were all about. And then it's like the boom, the great reset. Okay. I think that's what exposures talks about, is everybody wakes up to where you cannot be fooled anymore. You have no choice but to see the truths, whether they're exposed all over social media or not, because social media is still very corrupt. So and that's what I think also Mr. T was talking about, those broadcasts. It's like we will broadcast them. How about you will wake up to have the knowing, right, spread across the planet like wildfire. Everybody will just wake up to the truth. And I get chills when I say that. So I think that's your great exposures in a big, big way, okay? And then the Great Reset, which is a big, huge flash of light. That's the best thing I can explain. And then earthquakes and expansion of the earth will continue, okay? Lots of people can't stay here, you know? That's just the way it is. These are people who are not matching the frequency, okay? This earth was bombarded with things that don't belong here, right? You guys are going to see that more and more and more. They are going to try and fool you. So I've seen this already. It's like they already have put out there that alien invasions are coming and they're bad. And they're trying to create fear with things that don't need fear, okay? They are doing that big time. I've seen that already occurring. They're like, aliens are invading. It's like, really, you're going to try to scare people of aliens now? You guys don't realize they're just trying to play you, okay? So I would definitely do your diligence to not pay attention to any of that shit, okay? Because it's just what they're doing. If they can create that fear again, they feel like they might be able to infiltrate again. Because if you go all the way back to Salem, all the way back to the beginning of time, so in the Bible they talk about Adam and Eve. I don't believe the story is completely accurate, but what I can tell you is through my twin flame journey, they have been showing me that I've been undoing everything from the beginning of time. I have been undoing darkness from the beginning of time, all the way back to that story of Adam and Eve. I'm not sure how accurate the Bible is in it, okay? But what I can tell you is darkness came in and tried to infiltrate and sway us to do opposite of what the light is. And this happened during my twin flame journey. Okay, completely hit me hard, was constantly trying to get me to do opposite of what God wanted me to do the whole entire time. And every time I said no, it lost power, and we became really attacked, okay? But we won. I won. I undid all darkness back to the beginning of time. And that is what they showed me yesterday. That's what they showed me in my workshop yesterday. That's what they showed me in my workshop on the 20th. Okay. I have undone all darkness from the beginning of time. They also let me know that when I broke my hand, that was also a sway, an attempt to get me to sway. Because that's a serious injury and I needed surgery. And I actually sacrificed that. I did. So, I did it. I undid all darkness all the way back to the beginning of time. This is not a joke. Back through the beginning of time, you guys. That's why it took me 2.5 years. 2.5 years of constant work. Constant work with the gods and with spirit, with healings, with meditations, all the stuff that I've been doing. 2.5 years. All the way back to the beginning of time. To that story of Adam and Eve in the Bible. I do believe darkness came in and swayed. That's what happened. That's what happened in Salem. Darkness came in and convinced everybody that the darkness was the light. Light does not come in and massacre many people. Okay. So, exposures, I do believe, are part of the Great Awakening. You have no choice but to wake up into the truths of your reality. Once that occurs on a wide scale, that's what they call exposures. Okay, so will it be necessarily on the media? Not so sure about that. Okay, social media is so corrupt. It's part of the falsehood. All right. So exposures, the Great Reset, which is a light flash. Could you call that Christ returning? Yeah. I've already brought it back, the light, and so now it's just going to be like the boomerang and be like boom, and a big white flash. That's what I keep saying. Big white flash. And then they tell me it's the higher energies of God, and it removes all the darkness. And so this is what I do as a healer. I take the light and I run it through your body, and it causes everything to heal and all darkness to come out. And that's what we're doing, my friends. That's really cool, actually. I really like this a lot. This explanation makes a lot of sense to me. So, you know, you've already been determined, too, of where you're going to go. Determinations have already occurred. They've already been occurring. So, don't be in fear, okay? There's no reason to be in fear. We're all going where we're meant to go. Yep, and then it's just God's hand is with us now, and that's what they keep saying, okay? So I really like this message. I hope you all get something out of this message that you enjoy. This was specifically a channeled message from the angels regarding the next phases of the ascension. Hopefully you all listened to it. The last time I tried to do an ascension video, I got a dislike and barely any of you liked it. And so this is from the angels. So hopefully you guys hear it. I just get a little defensive of the angels. I'm like, you know, I've had this conversation with God since my awakening. People don't want to listen to me, so they're missing your messages. And why they don't want to listen to me, I don't know. It's beyond me. Anyways, I hope you guys got what you needed out of this. I hope you understand what's going on, and I hope you understand further what you need to do next. I think your biggest thing is, again, taking your power back and watching what you need to have, okay? So let's just say the Great Reset occurs, this light flashes. I don't know what day that'll come. I don't know if it's a year from now. I don't know if it's 6 months from now. I don't know if it's tomorrow. I do know it's already begun, okay? I do know I've already done all the work. I know it's boomeranging back around, okay? So when it comes, I don't know. But I would tell you to not act like you have all the time in the world. You don't. Any nudges you have or you feel, do them. Express your creativity, express your heart, express your soul, give love to those that need love, and do things that you never thought you could do before because you don't know what's coming tomorrow. It's about now, not wasting time. Okay? 1313. Don't waste time. So much love to all of you. I will see you again soon.